What's up, Green Nation? Get your hearts ready, because what's happening in Philadelphia isn't just typical offseason buzz. It's the birth of something big. The energy in Philly is on fire, and that's no exaggeration. The city is breathing football, fans are living every headline, and the buzz behind the scenes is giving us chills. Once again, the Eagles are in the NFL spotlight, and there's one name leading this backstage masterpiece, Howie Roseman. This guy doesn't stop. With bold decisions, razor-sharp strategy, and an elite understanding of the game, he's rebuilding a machine that's making the rest of the league tremble. And between us, you can't deny it. Now tell me honestly, what grade would you give Howie for everything he's done for this franchise? If anyone deserves a standing ovation, it's him. As for me, it's a perfect 10, no hesitation. Thank you for everything, Howie. We've never seen the Green Nation this united, this electric, this sure that the future is now. You can feel the confidence in the air. Eyes are shining, and the one question echoing across Philly is, could another Vince Lombardi trophy be coming? I don't just believe it, I feel it. But hold up, before we start dreaming big, I've got some red-hot updates to share. So throw on that cap, wear your green with pride, and come with me for the first huge headline of the day. Because if what's being built right now is any indication, nobody's stopping the Eagles in 2025. Let's fly. There's a lot of chatter in the NovaCare complex lately, and for good reason. Let's start at the top, front office shakeups. The Eagles are expected to hire Preston Tiffany, the LSU Director of Player Personnel, and trust me when I say this, the guy is no ordinary hire. He's a rising star in the college scouting world, and this move comes at a critical moment. Why? Because the Eagles have lost multiple members of their front office and scouting departments this offseason, top talent getting poached by other NFL teams. That's what happens when you're a model franchise. When you've been to 2 Super Bowls since 2017, you become a target. People want to grab a piece of your formula. But Howie Roseman, being the strategist he is, isn't letting the foundation crack. After bringing back Joe Douglas, his former right-hand man, Howie is now restocking the pipeline again with Tiffany, a young mind with pedigree and success under his belt. Tiffany played a huge role in talent acquisition at both Mississippi and LSU, helping Ole Miss win a program record 11 games and finishing 9th in the nation in 2023. At just over 25 years old, Tiffany already has years of recruiting experience and an impressive academic background in economics, finance, and an MBA on top of that. This is more than a hire. It's a calculated move to future-proof the Eagles front office with long-term leadership potential. Now let's talk about a man who's already leaving his mark on the field and in the hearts of fans. Saquon Barkley. Let me just say it again. Saquon Barkley. The guy took down Patrick Mahomes not once, but twice in a single calendar year. First in the Super Bowl down in New Orleans back in February, and again off the field by topping the NFLPA's player merchandise sales list, beating out Mahomes and even his own quarterback Jalen Hurts. Let's not understate what that means. Saquon Barkley became the first running back since Ezekiel Elliott in 2017 to lead all NFL players in product sales. We're talking officially licensed gear, jerseys, action figures, posters, everything. His Eagles jersey, that iconic number 26, has been flying off shelves. Why? Because he's not just a star, he's a phenomenon in Philadelphia. In 2024, he rushed for over 2,000 yards, averaged more than 125 yards per game, scored 15 total touchdowns, and ended the year hoisting the Lombardi. The man is on the cover of Madden 26 for a reason, and it's not just about marketing, it's about dominance, on the field and in the culture. During minicamp this week, Saquon spoke to reporters and shut down any whispers of winding down. He made it clear, I want to play for a long time. I'm not retiring anytime soon. I want to play this great game as long as my body holds up. And that quote, I feel like I'm just entering my prime. That's from a player who's already reached a mountaintop most dream about. Maybe those injury years in New York gave him the preservation he needs to unleash his peak years right here in Midnight Green. But not everything surrounding the Eagles is sunshine and parades. There's some rumbling, especially in the betting world. NFL analyst Steve Fezzik, well known in gambling circles, raised some eyebrows recently when he highlighted a major betting shift. Big money from sharp bettors is pouring in against the Eagles, specifically on the under for their 11.5 win total in 2025. That's right. Despite their current momentum, there's concern that Philly might be due for a regression. Why the concern? Injuries. From 2016 to 2019, the Eagles were one of the most banged-up teams in the NFL. But under Nick Sirianni and the revamped training staff, that flipped entirely. Between 2021 and 2024, the Eagles became one of the healthiest squads in the league. Just last season, 21 of the 22 Week 1 starters were available for the Super Bowl. That's almost unheard of. In 2022, every single week one starter played in the Super Bowl. That kind of consistency is gold in the NFL. But now, with data analysts warning that injury luck tends to swing back the other way over time, there's some unease. Could the Eagles be due for the kind of health regression that derails even the best rosters? And if that wasn't enough, there's more news on the rookie front. Tom Pelissero reported that the Eagles have locked in their first-round pick, linebacker Jihad Campbell, on a 4-year deal worth nearly $15 million guaranteed. Campbell was the 31st overall pick in April's draft, but make no mistake, Philly had him graded as a top 10 talent. He's coming off labrum surgery, but during mandatory minicamp, he was seen wearing a helmet and participating in light drills for the first time, not yet cleared for full team activities, but making visible progress. That's a promising sign heading into training camp on July 22nd. And this is no minor addition. Jihad Campbell, if fully healthy, could be a cornerstone on defense for years to come. He brings speed, physicality, and high-level instincts, exactly the kind of linebacker that fits this defensive system. And the fact that the Eagles traded up to get him says everything you need to know about how much they believe in him. So here's where we stand. The Eagles are retooling the front office, welcoming in a marketing and performance monster in Saquon Barkley, managing betting skepticism and injury-related concerns, and betting big on the future with Jihad Campbell, all while preparing for what they hope is another Super Bowl run. Now I want to hear from you. What do you think about the Eagles' offseason moves so far? Do you believe this team is built to go the distance again in 2025? Or do you think the concerns about health and depth are valid warning signs? Let's keep rolling because we've only scratched the surface, and there's a lot more unfolding around this team as they set their sights on another deep playoff run. One of the under-the-radar stories from this offseason is just how much the Eagles have quietly doubled down on stability. From leadership at the top to locker room chemistry, this is a team that knows what it takes to get back to the big stage and stay there. Saquon Barkley may be the flashy name in the headlines, but behind the scenes, Nick Sirianni and his staff have been laser-focused on building the kind of culture that sustains success. That's exactly why you're seeing strategic moves like bringing in Preston Tiffany to help reinforce the foundation. He's not a household name, not yet, but make no mistake, his role is critical. With Howie Roseman losing key figures to front office jobs around the league, Tiffany's arrival comes at a crucial time. What separates Tiffany is not just his youth, but his eye for talent and background in player evaluation. He helped LSU and Ole Miss reel in NFL-ready talent, and now he'll have the opportunity to shape Philadelphia's future alongside one of the most aggressive general managers in the league. But what about that core group of players? The guys that fans live and die with every Sunday? This is where the Eagles have arguably outperformed every other team in the NFL. They've managed to keep their stars not just on the roster, but healthy. That's a huge reason they've remained so dangerous year after year. The medical staff under Nick Sirianni has turned what was once a weakness into a competitive edge. We're talking about one of the healthiest teams in the league over the last 4 years, and that's no accident. The conditioning, the rehab protocols, the minute attention to detail, it's all working. But can they keep that magic going? Look, the fear